Ramadan is a Muslim holiday that is celebrated for 1 month out of every year. During this 1 month, you are not allowed to eat anything, drink anything, or smoke anything from before when the sun rises to just after sunset, basically. So, in this video, I am going to show you what happened when I attempted to celebrate this holiday for 1 day, because you'll see what happened. And it's not the first time I've done it either, but you'll see. The following is my experience fasting on the first day of Ramadan in 2023. And if you want to know more about this holiday, you could read the Wikipedia page about Ramadan and the iftar fast breaking meal, but I don't recommend it. I think you should get your information about Ramadan and iftar from a different source. More on this later. Good morning, people. It is the morning, and technically some people would consider this to be very late in the evening, not the morning, because today is the first day of Ramadan. So I have woken up before the sun rises to make myself some coffee and make myself some soup. There is a possibility that I might fast for the entire day today, but if I don't make it through the entire day, please do not get mad at me. I'm having a medical condition that might make it extremely difficult for me to go without eating or especially drinking fluids during the day, and I do not want to end up having to go to a hospital or clinic around here and wait for hours to explain that I made myself sick by fasting for Ramadan. If I did that, it would be very likely that they would send me to Temporaree. And I'm not talking about the redwood tree species. I'm talking about the mental hospital named after the redwood tree species. So I'm sorry if I look horrible. I know that my lips are puffy, my nose is puffy, and I have blisters on my skin. I've got, let's see, Sudafed, Zyrtec, Dramamine, bud from the medical marijuana dispensary that I better smoke right now before the sun starts to come up. Some aspirin that I was afraid to take because of something it said on the label, and what else? So lots of stuff. I've got Band-Aids, I've got Q-tips, I've even got tampons over here. Basically, I have a pile of pharmaceuticals that I haven't used in years, that I have desperately tried using to make myself not puffy or not have like blisters on my face. It's not just embarrassing when I go on YouTube. Around here, most people who are puffy and have blisters on their face are on speed. And I'm not, but I'm sure some people have thought I was when I went and put it looking like this or with Band-Aids all over my face. So right now I'm going to eat an instant soup. And I'm going to show you what's in my bag of food. For some reason I could not find a spoon, but this is just like an instant miso soup that's like tofu and seaweed in a broth. So I'm just going to eat the tofu and seaweed and drink the broth. Well, it's still very hot. A little bit too hot. So because I've been having issues that are causing me to wake up, throwing up, and sneezing, and coughing my lungs out. I decided to get a bag of convenient foods that I can make either using hot water or just by quickly heating something up. So in this bag I have cranberry juice, which might help me be able to fast longer because it might help with the bladder related aspect of the health issues I've been having. I have a tomato. I had two, but I ate one in the middle of the night. I woke up hungry and I said, I won't be able to eat during the day, so why don't I just mow down this tomato? So I ate a tomato. And I have some apple cider with preservatives in it. But I don't really care about the preservatives in the apple cider because I have Progresso soup, chicken, and wild rice. And I'm pretty sure it's got genetically modified ingredients in it. Contains soy ingredients. That's what it says on this one. Probably genetically modified soy. And another one, is it also chicken and wild rice? Yes, I'm sorry, my boyfriend actually got this stuff for me, so I wasn't sure what he got. Instant Starbucks coffee, another brand of instant miso soup. I think I have a few. My goal this morning is mainly to get hydrated. I usually don't eat breakfast anyway. Anyway, I might not make it through an entire day of fasting, or there's even a Red Bull in here, but I'm gonna do it as long as I can. I don't want to have to go to a local doctor's office or hospital and explain that I'm fasting and why, as I just said. And what is this dirt on my bed? Yuck. Sorry, people. So if it gets to the point where I am like physically shaking from like low blood sugar or dehydration or something, I'm gonna stop, not only to avoid making myself sick, but to avoid having to say, "Hello, doctor. I'm here because I decided not to eat or drink today. I'm not crazy, it's just Ramadan." However, there may be one item or a few items that I may be missing. As you can see, I'm sitting here in like my pajama pants, and oh no, there's a hole in them. There's a hole in them, and my shirt that I was wearing while painting, so there's paint on it. There's something I need that I'm missing that I'm going to show you after I consume some of these canned and bottled and packaged products. After I consume some food products, I will show you what I'm missing and unable to afford that someone says that you need this year during Ramadan. It is now 5:17 p.m. and I'll tell you how my attempt to fast went after I show you this. Because apparently, during Ramadan, women need a whole new wardrobe. Oh, dear God. Oh, no. Because apparently, after you see this ad that is totally inappropriate to be on a website about clothing for Ramadan, you can see what Anthropology and other high-end fashion designers think it is essential for you to wear during Ramadan. And for the purpose of being inclusive to the various different types of Muslims, including women who wear the hijab and women who wear normal Western clothing like t-shirts. The collections contain things like this. There's also apparently special Ramadan purses. And this ad, again.
Everyone looks too oily in that picture. Very unnatural. I mean, even if you're tanning at the beach, good God.
This one, though, is the one that I took a screenshot of and posted on Facebook. Because for Ramadan, Stella McCartney celebrates the color green for its significance in Islam and launches their limited edition gifting edit with its emerald capsule. This dress is apparently called the Emerald Capsule, or maybe the purse is the Emerald Capsule, I'm not sure. But numerous websites are promoting this. The collection contains ready-to-wear and vegan accessories that have taken inspiration from their summer 2023 collection with a Ramadan makeover and presents the stunning Falabella mini shoulder bag in a peacock green, kitten heel mule, and a floral head scarf. The star of the collection, however, is the cape and double satin dress, inspired by a custom piece created for Catherine, Prince of Wales. And it goes and goes, like the tie-dyed one. Wait for it though. I'm gonna show you the other one I posted on Facebook. This. Because that's what you want to wear when you go to any kind of Ramadan related event, right?
Oh, tequila.
It's this one. Is this what is fashionable during Ramadan this year? Is this essential wardrobe pieces for the family for their iftar and suhoor? Look, if I was at an iftar dinner and a Muslim couple walked in dressed in this, I would probably like do a double take and like laugh. I mean, I think these clothes actually look cool and interesting, but I would not exactly consider this to be my essential iftar attire, especially this jacket. Like, the woman's outfit at least looks like relatively like normal, but this jacket looks like the patchwork clothing made by hippies. And I would not be surprised if I saw somebody like who's like a homeless hippie walking down like the sidewalk in Arcata wearing that, who had made it himself. But of course they're calling it your essential wardrobe pieces for the family for their iftar and suhoor celebrations. All right, people, what would you think if I started out or ended my video wearing something like that and said it was part of the essential, Ramadan wardrobe I had posted? I just like, can't even. It's so, like weird. Like, some of these are not weird in comparison. Like, she looks like a Muslim princess or something. I would think it less weird to see someone wearing that to the iftar dinner than this. It's not the only site, though. There's another one promoting all these same things. There's numerous ones. And what about this shoe? Is this your essential Ramadan shoe? It's not loading. Oh my goodness, it's not loading. Is it gonna load? What's going on here? Oh yeah. So my phone would not load this website that I was looking at like a few hours ago. So I texted it to my boyfriend. But before I click on this link, I want to show you this. We watched this with my children last night, and it's actually Cat Stevens, who changed his name to Yusuf Islam and for years stopped singing music and only recited the Quran. And then he decided that it was okay to do music as long as it was Muslim music, and now he has a channel on YouTube Kids where he makes Muslim songs for children. I just think that's really interesting. So, will the website load? I will make the salad in a minute. I was trying to get a video of this website. It won't load in your phone either. What's going on here? At least this one says they're to bookmark for Ramadan, not that they're essential things you have to buy and wear to the iftar. But it is also very bizarre. I would like to make one special request to any Muslims who are wealthy enough to actually buy this stuff and wear it to look pretty on iftar. At iftar or on Eid or anything, my request is please spend the same amount of money, like the $5,000 or $10,000 you spent on this dress, buying like clothing for perhaps women who survived the earthquake or earthquakes that hit Turkey and Syria. And I would like to ask the corporations making these clothing collections and special Ramadan purses to donate like the amount of money that they make off of one of these dresses, or a percentage of the amount of money they make off of one of these dresses, to those same earthquake victims. Like, if the dress is $10,000, can you donate $1,000 to the earthquake victims? For example. It's playing an ad. And while I would love to have some regal evening wear pieces for iftar gatherings this year that I probably will not be attending, I will be buying my Ramadan wardrobe from the thrift store and sending seeds for vegetables to people in the Middle East so they can grow food and eat it.
There's a hole in this.
A hole in what?
This non-dairy milk.
Oh no.
There's a rip, and I was like kind of squeezed it, and you noticed that little milk powder was coming out
Oh
the
no.
side.
Put it in a bag right
That's
now.
what I'm doing.
Anyway, something happened after I drank several cans of tea and cups of coffee and soups this morning. I threw up until around 10:59 p.m. Then I woke up at 2 and I absolutely had to drink this milk with an anti-nausea pill. Unfortunately, then I threw up again, and most of the milk came up. And so did the anti-nausea pill. So I have given up My biggest issue I had fasting, all the other years I fasted, was being able to drink enough fluids.
This is a gallon of milk.
That's what we see it.
That's a gallon. It makes 1 gallon.
Not fat dry milk.
Individually.
That's nice. And not being able to be hungry enough to eat when breaking the fast. Like, you think if you didn't eat and drink all day, then when you finally go to eat and drink, you're going to be, like, famished. But that doesn't work for my body because of the surgery I had when I was a baby to repair a diaphragmatic hernia. That it's like a congenital defect that I was born with. And they didn't see it on the ultrasound. And a lot of people who get pregnant and are told that this was seen in the ultrasound have abortions. But they did not see it in the ultrasound, so I was born alive, and I am now alive. And I cannot seem to hold more than like half a cup of fluid or food in my stomach at a time. At this point, it's gotten worse and worse and worse over the course of the last few years. And that is the current situation. I apologize for drinking this milk. And I am going to solve the maze before throwing away this milk container. You know, they all have the same maze, right? Like, all the ones with the maze have the same maze. They have a different one on the low-fat ones than the non-fat ones. But it's like, they're going to give these children in school because this came from... Actually, give me the one over there. Does that one have a maze?
No.
Oh, it has something else.
Milk is a good source.
They give these to children in school, and a certain percentage of them have mazes on them.
Or just fun facts.
But all of the low-fat ones have the same maze when they have a maze, and all of the non-fat ones have the same maze when they have a maze. Now I'm going to make a salad for everyone else. I'm going to actually make some for myself too, but bag it for later. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? I made a salad for my family. And while making this salad, I also made a salad for myself for later. The only difference between my salad and their salad is theirs has fried chicken on it, and mine has baked chicken on it, which is gluten-free. Look at that. And mine also has no carrots, because carrots are one of the foods that sometimes triggers my stomach issues. So I am now going to serve this salad to my family while I wait to eat mine. Hello, everybody. It is now 9:15 p.m. and I'm going to climb up onto this creaky bed and stand here to show you the outfit I found. It kind of matches. Hang on, let me take off my jacket. It kind of doesn't match. To show you my outfit. I was wearing boots. They're down here. I'll show you one of them. But I didn't want to stand on my creaky bed with my boots on. But I found this outfit in my own pile of clothing, not at a thrift store. So after I recorded the last video clip of the salad I had made, I then started to vomit. And at this point, having not eaten anything and only drank a little bit during the day, I have no idea what I was vomiting up. It was like some kind of like foam-like substance. And I am now about to eat my iftar meal, like a few hours after the sunset. So, without further ado, I'm going to eat my salad. And I'm very embarrassed that this happened to me because I, was able to fast for the entire month of Ramadan numerous different years. And I'm not sure why it made me so sick. But to be clear, what made me sick was not going without food or water. It was the attempt to drink enough to make me hydrated during the day, like a few cups worth of fluids and a few soups, like overwhelmed my stomach. I'm going to show you my scar without exposing too much of my skin because Muslims might be watching this video, but the scar is here. And it goes like across. And there's like a bug or something flying around here. Like, really? There's the scar. All the way across. Like past the middle. It was to repair a hernia in my diaphragm, which is a hole in the membrane that separates your upper internal organs, like your heart and lungs, from your lower internal organs, like your stomach and intestines and kidneys and liver and everything else, and your esophagus goes through it. So that is where the scar tissue is. And I have read about this surgery and read that sometimes it does not last a lifetime. And people my age or older have had to have it like repaired or redone. So I am scared, and I decided that instead of going to a doctor in person and trying to explain why this lady with dreadlocks is trying to fast for Ramadan, I should probably call one of those telehealth doctors. My phone is getting a message saying it has a low battery. Like, really? Really? Alright, I'm gonna eat the food now. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it down, people, before this phone dies again. Anyway, as I was saying, I was gonna call a telehealth doctor so they wouldn't be able to, like, see me and see what I looked like. So when I said I'm fasting for Ramadan and having an issue with throwing up and not being able to fast, they wouldn't think I was weird or crazy. And my boyfriend just walked in with some raw chicken and a frying pan and 2 pots with lids that he washed to complement the dishes that I washed, and asked me to cook dinner for everyone because I guess it's dinner cooking time. If I had not been throwing up everything to nothing all day, I probably would have a huge meal cooked by now. But I did make them like a huge salad earlier, and they did eat all kinds of food that my boyfriend was cooking all day. Anyway, I'm about to eat this salad and drink this New York seltzer black cherry flavored soda thing. I'm just waiting for the water to boil because I forgot to boil water, but isn't that a nice water boiler that my friend gave me? My instant coffee. When my instant coffee is ready, I'm gonna drink my instant coffee and then attempt to eat my salad, which I haven't made a dressing for yet, while I start to fry the chicken in the pan, I guess. Anyway, if you haven't seen it already, this is my new Temporaree indoor kitchen. There's a stove behind me with 4 burners. That's a gas stove that is not hooked up to gas. I have gotten this new 2-burner electric stove, this new frying pan, that little mini 8 pan, and these 2 pots and the lid on one already broke. And I am attempting to keep enough like cookware and silverware in here for like 4 people to eat off of at all times. They may go into shelves that may get put up on the wall at some point in the future. And this is, of course, the wall. It was painted yellow. Can you tell it was painted yellow? There's like some cobwebs there. I wanted to clean them off before making this video, but I didn't because yet again I was throwing up all day. But my project, like, during the month of not eating was going to be to spend my free time getting this house prepared, getting videos edited and uploaded that people have been waiting for, and planting plants. My plan was not to be throwing up all day. I'm very disappointed. But I will be able to eat this, and I'm going to do it right now. Not because I'm hungry. I feel like zero appetite. I'm going to be like forcing food down my throat, but because this phone is probably about to die. I just want to show you like the amazing amount of skin on this chicken. Like, look at that. I like spread it out. Just so it could like brown. Be careful, I think there's an ant in your cup, or under your cup. There's definitely something on the bottom of your cup. Hopefully I don't throw it up. Oh, but I need the fish sauce and the sesame oil.
And olive oil?
I'm good on the olive oil. I'm just gonna do fish sauce and sesame oil.
Yeah. See, it was good. You didn't have to throw shit over it.
I know, but I just wanted the cookies.
I know.
What?
But you seem so pretty satisfied with that cheese bagel. I didn't even have to put cream cheese on it.
I know, but I'm looking more satisfied.
With the cream cheese, with cookies.
Oh, can you pour some of this milk right here into my coffee? Mm-hmm.
Crystal.
Yeah, that coffee might be too strong though. I tasted it, it was like espresso strong.
Oh yeah, it's dark.
That's really, really dark. And especially with low fat milk, it might be like way too strong. My bread box just throwing my food.
It's not very hot. You better drink it now. You're gonna smell fishy.
Oh, I know, it went all over me. That's hot.
Really? It's like a cold coffee, I thought. Or maybe it was just cold on top from pouring the
It's
milk
hot.
in. Okay.
Wow. That's delicious. It's like the perfect temperature. It's a little too dark though. If you add more milk, it might make it too cold. So just like set it down, I guess. I am now going to eat my salad. Wait, did you take my seltzer?
Yeah, I'm putting it in the tequila. That's a weird seltzer. It really leaves a taste in my mouth with that tequila. That was a bad idea, putting it in the tequila.
Well, I'm not going to try it mixed with tequila, but I am going to try it plain. Oh no. Oh dear. It actually tastes like they put the flavoring used in cough syrup in it. Get this away from me. This is horrible.
Literally.
That will make me start to throw up again. No way. I like my own salad that I made for myself though. Mmm. The olives are good. And the mushroom is a little bland. Is my chicken burning?
Yeah, but it's fine. You want it to be burnt on the fat, right?
Well, it depends on how burnt.
I mean, it's not like that burnt, but yeah, it's not turning black, but you want it brown. It's in the process of browning.
I'm only going to be able to take like 1 or 2 more bites of like lettuce and olives before I start to throw up.
It could use a
Like I absolutely like cannot continue to eat.
little more
Great.
browning. That was a good salad. But you should eat it because it'll expand your stomach, all the lettuce and stuff, and make it where you can eat more later.
No,
So you
I don't
have
need
to eat
to
it.
throw up though. 'Cause
No.
that would not be good.
No, you just have to eat it and get it down.
If I get it down, it will come back up. I'm bagging it.
It's all water. But it's all like full of nutrients.
I'm
and
sure.
Stuff too, but
This
you
is
need
why I
that.
have this bag here.
That's exactly what you need.
No, I won't get back in the bag. Oh no, it was in the bag, around the lower plate. I must be having like low blood sugar or
Yeah.
something.
The salad was a good idea. You've been saying you were going to make a salad since like 8 a.m.
I know.
I'm glad that the food
That was
bank,
before I started throwing up.
I'm glad the food bank gave me that delicious lettuce and stuff. It was
What?
like perfect timing.
That is all I can eat right now. I'm not going to try to rebag it. Please throw this away
What? Why aren't you going to rebag it?
because I'm going to eat it in like 10 minutes.
No, here, I'll just bag it so it doesn't
No, I
get
don't
hairy.
know.
There's dust in here.
Yes, and I don't know which side of the bag was the side touching the dirty bottom or the clean top. So I'm not rebagging it.
This was obviously on the top because
No, leave it. It's okay.
it's all full of the grease. that
Just
was
throw it away. It's gross. Just give me my coffee. I already feel like this pressure building up. It's like building up like right here and here, and I know I will throw up if I eat any more of that.
Take a shit.
It's called, you know, I've got to get my hernia I've had for my whole life checked out. That in my skin. Ugh. Look at this chicken.
What kind of oil is this?
It's like the fat from the chicken. I did put a few drops of sesame oil in for flavoring,
Corn oil.
but
That's
it's
all
like,
chicken fat?
yeah, it was
No
so
corn oil?
oily. No vegetable oil of any kind, other than a few drops of sesame oil. And I'm talking about like half of a spoonful of sesame oil. All right, I have to stop recording because I'm actually starting to get those hiccups, and I might throw up. Really? This is what has happened when I have tried to eat an entire meal, or even an entire bowl of soup, or even drink an entire cup of coffee or a can of soda for the last few months. Now that I have finally gotten health insurance that most doctors don't hate, but I guess some do, I am going to figure out what is going on here because it is now, today, officially gone from being irritating to making me absolutely miserable. This is messing up my ability to celebrate Ramadan, and I don't like that. There is a video of my beautiful chicken. Isn't that beautiful? It's just so beautiful. It's perfect. It's like perfectly cooked. Perfectly crisp, but not too burned. As I was preparing to make a chicken soup, my boyfriend said, "Oh, Adrienne, they gave me bouillon cubes at the food bank, and this is what they gave him. And they've given us these before? Oh, and they're expired.
Like the best stuff, so.
I'm sure they're still safe, though. But they've given us these before. It's just interesting they gave these to us on the first day of Ramadan. Well, thank you very much, Food Bank, for the halal Nor chicken bouillon cubes. I will be using one to make a chicken soup tonight. Well, people, it is past midnight, and I have eaten about 2/3 of my salad. I made a delicious chicken and rice dinner. It's like chicken and a tomato sauce with brown rice, and Eugene's eaten some of it. I think he ate a whole bowl of it. My boyfriend did not eat any of it because he decided that today was a great day to stop by the liquor store on the way to the food bank and get the $3 tequila special. So my boyfriend like never drinks liquor. He likes to drink like 1 beer a day. I do not know why he got this tequila today, but for some reason, my boyfriend decided that tonight would be a great night to drink tequila. So he is asleep in a deep sleep and has been for quite some time now. He actually fell asleep a few minutes after asking me to cook chicken for dinner. So I intended to film my first day of fasting, and I did actually fast for the most part today. I didn't eat anything all day, and I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be able to eat very much tonight. I did drink a little bit of milk and juice because I had to, or thought I had to try to take some anti-nausea pills that I threw up. So I am thinking that I should go to sleep. And before I go to sleep, I should take one of my antihistamines and one of my anti-nausea pills. So if I actually manage to wake up in a few hours for the suhoor meal, I'll actually be able to eat it without throwing up. So with that said, I would like to comment on the absurdity of your essential Gucci wardrobe for suhoor and iftar, because lots of Muslims have like iftar events, and in big cities every night hundreds of Muslims might go to the mosque and break their fast together and dress up in their nicest clothing. I'm not sure if they do this for suhoor anywhere, because you saw me in the morning, like in my pajamas, barely coherent, trying to keep some tea and instant soup down, didn't you? Imagine if I came on camera in my Gucci and said that I had just made like a 5-course like suhoor breakfast and just like acted like this was like all normal and like what all Muslims just did for Ramadan. So now that I have said something critical of the companies selling these clothes yet again, I would like to say that if you want to buy like a whole new wardrobe for Ramadan, that is awesome. I'm not criticizing the people buying it per se. I just think it's like bizarre and a little bit not congruent with the nature of Ramadan for these corporations to be selling these clothing to Muslims at such high prices. And also I think some of the clothes are like a little weird. Like, I just have to show you. I kept looking, of course, because I just had to keep looking, and it's like, okay, I wouldn't buy like a special Fendi purse for Ramadan. That's a little outlandish. If I was going to buy an outfit for Ramadan, I'd probably buy something like this, not something like this. Look, it's like a short sleeve dress with the Louis Vuitton logo all over it. Like, I would love to wear this, like, walking down the beach on a sunny day. I wouldn't necessarily think this was, like, something I would select for part of my essential suhoor and iftar wardrobe. So this is, and by the way, I meant to say iftar, not iftar. I was just misspeaking because I was like trying to laugh at this. Like, how could you not laugh at this? Like, it's a nice dress, but it's like got the Louis Vuitton logo all over it, and this beautiful like Middle Eastern woman is wearing it with this purse, looking like she's in like the Sahara Desert. So now that I have finished talking about these companies, I would like to tell you some news. The first news is personal news about my own YouTube channel, they're still sending me this pop-up message saying that a code that might monetize my channel has been delayed by 4 to 6 months due to a pandemic. And I have not received this code that I have requested over and over. They also have turned off the comments on my video I made about Ramadan a few years ago. I do not know why they did this. When I went to share it, I noticed that no one could comment on it any longer, and I shared it asking people to comment with advice for me to help me, like, be able to fast without, like, throwing up everything I ate or drank early in the morning. So, I don't know why they did this yet again, but that is the breaking news about my channel. And now I'm going to read you 2 news articles about Muslims. Well, one of them is about Ramadan, and the other one is just about a Muslim woman. So the first article I'm going to read you is on Yahoo News, but was originally from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. And I'm not going to read you these entire articles because it's very late, but I just wanted to read you, "Our state is not your church. Arlington, Texas lawmaker faces backlash over Ramadan vote." So apparently, Tony Tinderholt voted against a resolution to celebrate the holy month of Ramadan. And he stated, "Texas and America were founded on Christian principles, and my faith as a Christian prevents me from celebrating Ramadan." So the resolution was not a resolution saying that all the lawmakers in the state of Texas had to celebrate Ramadan. I think from the description in this article that it was a resolution stating the month is a time for spiritual reflection, charitable giving, and open houses at mosques to welcome people of other faiths. So I don't know exactly what this resolution says, but they talk about, like, changing the days of state exams from falling on religious holidays. Maybe the politician who passed the resolution put something in it saying that they shouldn't have, like, state exams during Ramadan. I don't know what was in the resolution, but this statement that Texas and America were founded on Christian principles, it's, like, insane. Like, how can a politician say this? I guess anything goes in the Republican Party. It's a party where anything goes. Have you ever heard of a party where anything goes? Have you been to a party where anything goes? How about a party where anything goes, including animals? And they all go on the wall or in your ears, because I would describe this as urinating in my ears. This guy urinated in my ears by forcing me to read this statement, and he forced me to urinate in your ears by forcing me to read it to you. So I am now going to show you another example of a reporter urinating in my ears and forcing me to read it to you. And it is very offensive. And I am not sure if I still have the tab it is in open. Oh yes, I do. So, the offensive article, cringeworthily offensive article, that says something very offensive about a Muslim woman, was more cringeworthily posted by the Lost Coast Outpost, a Humboldt County, California newspaper. So, James Tressler, who apparently lives in Istanbul and is an English teacher, wrote this. Letter from Istanbul, a city on the edge. In this article, he said something very, very, very offensive. I'm just going to read you the article. What part of the article? I'm not going to read you the whole article, but basically he describes that he was on a train in Turkey and the train was packed with people and some tourists came on the train and his recently purchased flat may be demolished and rebuilt to earthquake standards. And I just had to mention that because he mentioned it. Some ladies came onto the train and they were tourists. And there was a young woman dressed in a traditional headscarf and wearing all black. The tourists were rude to the woman, and then the woman, who was speaking in Turkish, suddenly switched to English. That is my paraphrase of the whole beginning of the article that I'm not going to read every single word of. So, when the tourists were rude to the Muslim lady who was dressed all in black, the Muslim lady stopped speaking Turkish and she started speaking English, and then this is what the reporter says, word for word. "What did you say to me?" she demanded in a sharp voice, leveling her gaze at the foreign woman. "Shut your fucking mouth." The foreign woman, taken aback and perhaps feeling threatened, said nothing. The covered woman turned away, squeezing into a tight space. The rest of us passengers averted our eyes, or else looked at each other with embarrassed smiles. The train passed beneath the Bosphorus. The sound of air rushing through the tunnel was all that we heard the rest of the way until presently we arrived at the stop in Kadıköy, where I got off. The young covered woman got off behind me. She offered a parting shot to the foreign ladies. "Yeah, fuck you all," she shouted over one shoulder. Part of me, to be honest, wanted to turn around and say, "Real nice, aren't you a religious person? Isn't Allah listening to you right now?" But she probably would have told me to go fuck myself as well. And I probably wouldn't have blamed her. If she was Turkish, and I'm pretty sure she was, did she really need a yabanki lecturing her on her choice of words or train conduct? Anyway, okay, so he told off the Muslim woman who, fortunately, he didn't name or show a picture of, in the name of Allah. Part of me, to be honest, wanted to turn around and say, "Real nice, aren't you a religious person? Is Allah listening to you right now?" That's mean and offensive. And what if James Tressler, who works in Istanbul, the city where this incident occurred, has oh, Allah forbid, somebody who's a fan of the West Coast Outpost who reads it? What if they were on that train? What if they know who that woman is? What if they tell her, "You're not going to believe what a California newspaper published about you"? It's a small world. I would personally, want to find this woman and just show this to her and just say, "I'm so sorry on behalf of, the people of Humboldt County and our horrible news media that this got printed and, all of Humboldt read it." Well, you can have more if you want to.
Yeah, I was just getting some more.
You were asleep. Are you awake now?
Yeah, sorry.
Have the rest of my salad if you want to. I can't, finish eating, and I was going to, just leave me one of the, not the biggest piece of chicken, but one of the littler of the, the thighs or whatever they are.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take the drumstick. I'm good. I like the thighs. Anyway, I'm now going to try to eat a little bit more food and drink something. Maybe some of this juice that I didn't even get to start drinking. And maybe try to ingest one of these pharmaceuticals. Or maybe I might make this dandelion tea that the food bank gave my boyfriend. They gave us dandelion tea. Because there's not enough dandelions in Humboldt County, California for somebody to go outside, right outside their door and pick their own dandelions and boil them. And it says consult your healthcare practitioner prior to use if you have severe acute inflammation of the gallbladder, painful obstruction of the bowel. Oh no, not painful obstruction of the bowel, or obstructed bile ducts. Or if you are, and it says this in capitals, pregnant or breastfeeding, discomfort due to gastric hyperacidity may occur after taking bitter herbs. And yet again in capitals, do not use if you are allergic to plants of the daisy, in parentheses, Asteraceae family. All right. Lettuce is also in the Asteraceae family. I'm going to make myself a store-bought traditional medicinals dandelion tea. And I'm not getting on traditional medicinals case for like writing this stuff. They're actually a good company. When I'm constipated, I buy a certain tea that they make called Smooth Move. I have a box of it right over there. Actually, it's right over here. I actually see if it's really right here. Now I gotta show it to you. There it is. I think there's a safety warning on this one too. Oh yeah. This one says, do not use if you have known allergies to parts of the parsley, in parentheses, Apiaceae family. I like to call it by its old name, Umbelliferae. Interesting. This product contains senna leaf. Do not use if you have or develop diarrhea at all. These health warnings. Yes, senna can actually be dangerous. When I use this tea for constipation, I drink like a quarter of a cup. It's strong stuff. Too much can make you have diarrhea for sure. Anyway, not constipated right now. I haven't eaten enough food to be constipated. But I am ending this video. Ramadan Mubarak, which means blessed Ramadan and happy first day of Ramadan. And if you find that the comments are turned off on this video, just comment on one of my other ones and tell me what you wanted to tell me about this one. I'm ending this video with a little epilogue because I was filming my intro and I was going to put a link to the Wikipedia page about iftar and Sahur in the description of my video, and I will, but I'm just going to show you what they say. Wikipedia's description of iftar is from 1836. The room was perfectly square, totally unfurnished, save the carpet. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me scroll. Oh, let me scroll. Cold bread soup, small porcelain saucers filled with sliced cheese, anchovies, caviar, and sweetmeats of every description, spoons of boxwood, goblets of pink and white sherbet, whose rose-scented contents perfumed the apartment. The outer range of the tray was covered with fragments of unleavened bread torn asunder. Oh, it's like a Quranic description. And portions of the Ramazan cake a dry, close, sticky kind of paste glazed with the whites of eggs and strewed with anise seeds. Like, that's really interesting. But wait, there's more. Sorry, I had to temporarily pause my phone and dry my hands because my sweaty fingers would not scroll my phone. The meal was served by slaves, black, white, and gray, and they were served fish with rice eaten from a common pot. Of this practice, Pardo says it is rendered less revolting than it would otherwise be by the fact that each individual was careful. 19 dishes were served, and a storyteller came out, and I'm sorry, I'm not reading this whole thing because I have to go to sleep for like a little while, but the guests were offered cups of Turkish coffee and the Masal J was smoking pipes of scented weed. The father and sons of the family joined the guests for a coffee and smoke, and according to custom, brought gifts of nuts, sweetmeats, and cakes for the one of the harem. All right, like, why is it that when I go on Wikipedia, sometimes there are these like old archaic descriptions of things? Like, this is interesting, but is it really an appropriate description of iftar for like me to read out to you at 3 a.m. in March of 2023? Smoking pipes of a scented weed, really? So yeah, I was filming my intro, and while I was filming my intro, I was gonna pull up the Wikipedia page about Ramadan and have it in my intro, but then I saw this, and I just had to make it my video epilogue and not include it in my intro. I mean, what's more bizarre? The $10,000 Gucci dress that you have to wear for your suhoor, or this Wikipedia description of iftar and suhoor? And by the way, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Bye for real now this time, people.